What up, peeps, and welcome to another weekly trade video. I normally am the one to film the first clip in these videos because it's the end of the weekend and I don't work on the weekend, so when I get here on Monday there's tons of stuff. So I have all this set up to show you. We also have some stuff over here that you'll see in the next clip, but we're gonna start way over here with some graded Pokemon cards. Got some cool stuff here, lots of 10s, which is really cool to see. The 10s are obviously the easiest kind of cards to sell when it comes to graded stuff. And then we have a few more down here. We did have a couple more, but if you watch one of the last vlogs on the Double Jump channel, Terrorizer, our friend Brian, came in and he bought a handful of them already. So some of them are gone. We then have some movies back here, some DVD, and a bunch of Blu-ray stuff. Pretty cool. Couple GameCube games, couple Xbox One, some Wii U and Wii. Then we have original Xbox and some PS1 down here. You can pause or change the speed to watch in slow motion if you need to. Xbox 360, and then a lot of PS4 here, but nothing too expensive. Most of these games are under 20 bucks. Only a couple exceptions. Got some PS2 and some Japanese Saturn here. And then Kingdom Hearts Pop. We have Rygar for NES, an empty box-only Family Feud, Less of the Unlikely complete for Super Nintendo, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is an awesome beat-em-up game, College Football 25 for the Xbox. I can't believe someone traded that in already. It just came out. Monster Hunter demo disc, and then let's come back around and look at the stuff down here. We have a couple N64 games, Turok 1, 2, and Rage Wars. The more expensive movies, Jurassic World Ultimate Collection and Indiana Jones Complete Adventures. We have some GameCube titles here, good stuff. The bestseller Paper Mario there is in amazing condition. We also have PS1, Wii U, Wii, and Dreamcast, including Project Justice, which, if you guys don't know, one of the most expensive Dreamcast games. I think it's in like the top four or five. That's pretty cool. We have some PS5 games here. Some of them getting kind of cheap. Spider-Man Miles Morales for $13. What a deal. We have two Xbox 360 titles, UFC 3 and Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection. Then we have PS2. We have Persona 3 FES, Devil Summoner, and Devil Summoner 2, all part of the Shin Megami Tensei series. And then Breath of Fire, Dragon Quarter, Evergrace, and Neo Contra. And lastly, we have a Star Wars figure. We have a Game Boy player with the disc, of course. And we have the Ninja Turtles van. This is the complete series of the original early 90s cartoon. And this is the DVD set. Super cool. I have one of those at home, and if you guys like that show, you should get that because that is the coolest collector's edition ever. Lots of good stuff to come, so stick around.
Yo, what up, guys? We got some trades here. Hopefully I can show them good enough. It's kind of hard to not get glare on them, but I'll just move back and forth so you can kind of see them. I don't think there's anything too crazy here, but that's pretty cool. And we'll go on to some complete ones, starting with the 3DS and some DS. Very cool. And we'll go to these ones back here. Got some NES and some DS down there. Hopefully you guys can see those. Got these awesome plushies up here. This Olimar is on someone's wish list, so it might be gone by the time you see it. And then we have this awesome little slime guy. It looks so cool. He's riding the slime. Really awesome. Got some 3DS there. We got some sampler discs up top. Some manga there. And we got these converters, a video switcher and a retro tink upscaler. Pretty cool. And over here we got a Mario lunchbox and some strategy guides. Then down here we got some Octopath Traveler collectibles and some toys, a Gambit and a Bosk. And then we have some import stuff here along with those Joy-Cons. The Animal Crossing Joy-Cons. Then we got some Switch games. Pretty cool. And then the last little bit is some PS3 and Wii U. And that's it for all those trades. Look at all those trade-ins.
I'm back again to show you guys another trade clip, and this one is extra special. This is kind of in addition to all the normal trades we get. This was a massive Pokemon collection that got dropped off. It took me 3 or 4 days to go through it. We finally finished the deal. These are all the cards that are entered into our inventory, but it's not everything from that trade. We also have this tub here. So there's a couple plushies. There's some of the Burger King gold Pokeballs. There's also these, which have little figures in them. There's some extra cards that are all cheaper stuff. There's like dog tags, plush keychains, like I said, little figures. There's this box with no cards in it, just all the paperwork. And then just all sorts of random stuff. There's some, like, this little Pokeball bag has like this really old Pikachu gum. There's some crazy stuff. So most of that we're just saving for the new store because we want our new Pokemon selection to be crazy. But these are the ones that I entered for now. I did take out one single card that I want to get graded, and it was a Blaine's Arcanine First Edition Holo. That's the only one I think was in good enough condition to get graded, although I will say most of these cards are in very good shape. If it's listed as fair, that's kind of like the default for us if you're looking on the website at making a purchase. If it's listed as poor, that means it either has a crease or it has like some sort of damage that's more than just like your average wear and tear. So obviously I cannot show you everything here. This is over 600 cards. All of this type of stuff is either first edition or it's like non-holo rares like this where they are only a couple bucks. So everything like this, and even all of these holos, these are all 10 bucks or less. The only ones that get a tag on the front and get put into a top loader are the ones that are over 10 bucks, so that'd be $12.99 and up. So just keep that in mind. If you don't see a price tag, it's 10 bucks or less. So we have all of those. We have all of these holos here. Even though these are under $10, I still did lay them out because they're super cool. But these are all holo in here. There's a couple first editions mixed in, which for some reason, like first edition holo Dark Weezing is still less than, what is it? That one's in poor condition, and that's not first edition. $2.99, what the heck? Thought it'd be a lot more. But there's all of those. We also have these ones up here. And then we get into the more expensive ones here. And you will notice a lot of first editions mixed in, like these first edition holo Dark Dragonite. There's a couple different Dragonites, one first edition, one not. There might be more somewhere in here as well, but lots of really, really cool stuff. First edition holo Dark Raichu. This is an incredible collection. And this is actually the most we have ever spent on a Pokemon card lot, like by a ton. This was extremely expensive, and the guy actually negotiated me up a little bit. So we ended up paying more than I wanted to, but I still think that it was a solid deal. And obviously there is some incredible stuff in here. Really can't complain. You're gonna notice multiple Venusaurs, multiple Blastoise, and a few Charizards as well. So I'm very, very excited. Look at those. Those are non-holo, but still, first edition non-holo Dark Blastoise, so cool. I'm very excited to have this crazy, crazy Pokemon card collection in at the store. There's a base set 2 Charizard there and a couple more Blastoise. And it's just, I feel like most of the card stores around Vancouver do not even have this type of selection when it comes to the vintage stuff. There's that Shadowless Blastoise holo. And I think that that makes our store extra cool because we are not a Pokemon card store. We are a video game store that happens to dabble in some mostly vintage Pokemon cards. So it's really cool that we are able to have a selection like this where most card stores don't even have this type of selection. And I think that that is super, super awesome. That Pikachu is an E3 stamped one right there. Pretty awesome. Another Venusaur. And then these are also all like non-holo rares or just cards that were worth more than $1, mostly first edition, as you can see. and just awesome, awesome stuff. I know I've probably said awesome and cool and whatever like 1,000 times during this clip, but it's just so cool to me. Got the oversized Pikachu, and then we have this little holder thing here which has 4 of the original movie promo cards, and we just decided to leave them in there and price it out as one thing for 30 bucks. The cards are not worth a ton, so it's kind of just like a cheap, cool little display thing you can get if you're really into the movie. And there you have it. So like I said, doublejumpvideogames.com. If you're interested, you can place your order directly on there. And just be aware that even if the card is mint, it'll still say fair for the condition. That is the default for Pokemon cards, because I don't work at a card store. I am kind of learning as I'm going, so I'm not 100% accurate with, you know, grading condition. Obviously, we don't have like light play, near mint, moderate play. We don't have that kind of grading system for our website. So everything gets entered as fair. And then if it has anything like a crease or any kind of like bad scratching on it, then it gets marked as poor, and obviously they are priced according to condition. So hope you guys like seeing all these. I love seeing them. Stuff like this is just so cool. Thank you guys for watching this portion of the little video here, and let's get back to some video games.
Got a lot of stuff to go over today, including some cool consoles. Let's just start over here with some manuals. Got quite a bit that were traded in. I'm not sure if we showed those guys yet, but give you a little sneak peek if they're going to be in another trade because we ran out of room. Got a nice vinyl soundtrack there. Got some 3DS, some more NES, and going into PlayStation. Show you a lot of these cool guys. Got a lot of Metroid and Mario Game Boy Advance games, and some filler titles there. Well, not that one, but the other ones that are under $5. Got some loose DS. We didn't get a lot of loose cartridge or like disc-based games, which is nice because we try to, you know, make our own artwork, as I'm sure you guys have seen with those orange spines. Ooh, a pink 3DS. This game I was really surprised to see was that price, just because it looks like something you'd find at Goodwill and just kind of ignore because you'd assume it'd be like 99 cents. Simpsons Hit and Run. I got excited because when I was looking at that trade, I don't know why I thought it said $360 for that Hit and Run, which would have been kind of cool. Got a nice inbox red SP. Got some dog tags. I believe those are Ocarina of Time specifically. Got some nice Sega stuff in. Some Switch titles. Colton convinced me to play through Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet because after Gen 4, I don't know what it was. I just kind of lost interest in Pokemon. Always wanted to replay Ruby or Gen 1 and Gen 2. Got some cheaper titles there. A lot of cool stuff. Got that right there, which was pretty cool. Nights into Dreams. And the crossbow game, and I think that about wraps it up. I'm still waking up, as you could probably tell. Sorry if I seemed extra sleepy today. But yeah, got some good stuff, and I'll see you next time.
Trade time. Look at all this old stuff. For some reason, the Simon Says machines were always anxiety-inducing for me. Never played Screaming Eagles, though. It was definitely more of a... You know, I was never a girly girl. Wasn't super big into Barbies, but like animal stuff. I never had a horse girl phase, but I had like a cat. Okay, my cat girl phase is still a thing. But like, you know, like animal stuff, animal games. Loved those. Played a lot of Sorry. Played a lot of Sorry. I got really brutal at Sorry. I actually cheated at Sorry for a while until I got really good at it. Don't tell my cousin or my sister, please. Oh yeah, we got these beautiful NES boxes in. You know, they have the like obvious signs of like wear and tear, but this Metroid is like pristine. Yeah, just the usual, like the top where you like pull out the flaps there can get a little mangled, but with these guys they're beautiful. The guy apparently got them from a garage sale from a lady. I think like the whole lot for $50 for him. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. What are these? Sky Commanders. See, I was more of a Sky Dancers girl, and before you say that's like a girly girl thing, it was not, because you had Breeze and Slam was one of the dudes' names. That's a proper 80s cartoon there. And G.I. Joe. When did we get these? These are rad. Oh yeah, this really pretty Xbox controller too. In box. Japanese Mario Golf. And then the usual fare. Oh, and this little freak too. So like, we were rattling them around earlier and we were like, oh, it sounds like there's like something loose in there. There's not anything loose in there. Listen. This movie scared me too much to watch as a kid. I wonder why. If you had this when you were younger, just let me know. I'm very interested to know if anybody owned one of those little guys. I definitely was a little guy girl. I loved little guys, and thus my addiction to Pokemon stuff, even to this day. Anyway, tell me what kind of guy or gal you were when you were younger. Were you a horse girl? Were you a wolf guy? Were you super into G.I. Joe or 80s cartoons? Or are you normal? Are any of us normal? What even is normal?
Happy Friday, and here are all of our trades, which we don't have a ton. A lot of these Pokemon cards were in the back with Cooper. These are from manual entries or employee trades that just didn't get processed quite quickly. So they've just been in the back with Cooper. He finally got them all entered and they are available on the website. We didn't get a ton of items traded in today. However, we did get a lot of good items traded in. Starting off that Pokemon Soul Silver that is complete in case, does not have the outer box or the Pokewalker, PS4 games, as well as some miscellaneous CDs and DVDs. There's a lot of rap CDs I think that we took in. We were able to complete this Persona 3 limited edition. That was pretty awesome. It is missing the manual. Sad, but you know, pretty cool to have the limited edition. We got Parasite Eve 1 and 2, Fear Effect 1 and 2 as well, and Xenogears. And then we got the 11 volume DVD set of Zoid's Chaotic Century. That is a full set. There was only 11 of them. And then we also got the Zen of Screaming. Pretty cool trade-ins. All of the Zoid DVDs as well as these PS1 titles all came from the same person. And then most of the DVDs also came from one person as well.